What up, everybody? It's Ponter here, and today we've got a special game. It's one of the first games of 2022 that's actually worth talking about. It's a pub game played on in January 2022, and it's on Xmas. And Xmas is a controversial map in that some people think it's very unbalanced. Specifically, it's unbalanced for the USA side, and we can tell exactly why. Because this triple pointer is very difficult for the USA to capture comfortably and hold, and really the only way to access the triple pointer is by running across these two bridges, which are very killable, and you tend to get clumped up over here and just RD'd over and over again. Compared to the USSR side, which can kind of spread out here and have a nice, safe way to access the town. So what we see constantly on this map is USSR takes the town, USA just gets stuck here and slaughtered over and over again, and then using the TA advantage from the capping the triple pointer, the USSR team can take the sides and just absolutely win. And while we're waiting, I'm yelling at Diarmer because we were playing Space Needle, and I was so close to a nuke. We were getting absolutely crushed. I was super close to a nuke. I just needed like 20 TA, and Diarmer, I asked the team multiple times, and instead of giving me TA, Diarmer just dropped a whole bunch of heavy RDs, and we lost brutally with no nuke. So I was really pissed at that. I would have given the TA, but whatever. We're in the next game, and we're already just poking at it. And the teams have kind of solidified, and right off the bat, like, they have two very strong air players in Teflon and Blitz. We also have some strong air players in myself, and this is good player. We actually have a lot of spectator balls going on right now, so it's kind of confusing. But other than the air, we're kind of fucked in terms of the teams. And I'll explain that later, but we're just going to watch. This is good stuff from Diarmer. He's preventing the cap. This is what you have to do. Unfortunately, he gets wiped out. And what we do is going in, balls deep, scanning. You love to see it. Just the early scans. Good player gets almost wiped. But I'm thanking him. It's just a lot of fun to do a scan like that. And now, the expected thing happens where USSR team gets the cap. We managed to cap the flanks because I think we sent a lot. Like Bravo and Diarmer and Spirit all went there to take the flanks, which is it's a good way to start the game. But Donald Duck is gonna spend his entire game like just blobbing support on this flank, and it's really hard to do good work as air when you have to deal with a whole support player just blobbing medium air and whatnot. And now let's just take a look at the teams. So let's give some people some colors. So again, we have two spectator balls. Like, this is the original Studer ball, who's just going to play some lackadaisical support like he usually does. And then we've got good player as air, Spirit Gun on inf, and like Diarmer's going to leave pretty soon. So we're not going to have a very good armor set up. On the other hand, this team, the USSR team, were all asking me to join. Like, multiple people are asking me to join that team because we got General Lennon, Stonks, Teflon, and Kickapoo. And I really like playing with those guys, especially in match modes. Ideally I would play on their team every game, but the issue is if we all play together on the same team, it's going to be a stack, and the games aren't going to be competitive, and people are going to accuse us of stacking and like rage at us, and it's just going to be toxic. So I try to keep things a little balanced by joining the opposing team that really this team really needs a lot of help. And what I'm doing here is I don't really see a lot of opportunities to do anything else. So I'm just gonna lurk in the back and do some like guerrilla operations. I see Kickapoo has forgot about his spawned unit, so I'm killing those. And I see another medium arty, so I'm gonna go kill that. But look at this. Watch this. Deleted. Suspect, man. That's suspect. I don't like people deleting units when they're obviously going to die in pubs. It's really unsportsmanlike, I think. And yeah, I'm calling him out on that. Like, come on, just let me have the... Like, I'm in here spawn raping you. Just let me spawn rape you like an honest man. You know, killing some of these tanks. And I'm going for the Jeeps. And this is going to be the theme for this game, is just massacring General Lenin's Jeeps. Because I know that pisses him off. And that's gratifying for me. Unfortunately, I lose like 2 ranked up choppers. Like, this is not really meta or smart play, and I'm trapped now. Like, look at it. There's 2 sets of AA in the spawn. I'm going to get cleaned up. So, bad move. In the meantime, their air is just dominating. Just blobbed up. Spirit Gun is getting wiped out in town. And look at our armor setup. Like, look at this team now. It's not inspiring, to say the least. And there's more Jeeps coming down, so we're going to watch that. I have nothing better to do. I see the Jeeps dropping. Yeah, like, and we'll just keep an eye on that. But we're also going to look at this. This is our armor, and this is your typical armor clown car. It's just charging across with blobs of tanks. Overextending. Oh yeah, that's where I dropped the cluster. Okay, decent cluster, I guess. Didn't kill the Jeeps though. Should have dropped it on the Jeeps. But General Lenin is smart enough to move the Jeeps after he drops them usually, so I don't really risk it. Yeah, I'm telling him ceasefire. Like, a lot of tank players always love, like, I'm going to charge across this bridge and I'm just going to overextend into here where there's nothing really I can do. I really think you should move in this direction and just take it slow. Going for the decap is kind of smart in this case. And we still have a decent armor and infantry position on this side of town where you can get away with decapping. Because usually what happens is a good team will have an inf in here and just be able to quickly recap. But yeah, he moves off the point. Like, that's a mistake. You shouldn't move. If you're going to decap, you got to hold that point. Or be able to defend another point. Because look how close it was. Like, they're so close at capping. Luckily, good players there to defend. Boom. More Jeeps dead. So that's a second round of Jeeps that are killed, and they get the cap. And I'm pissed at that. Like, if you're going to overextend tanks, you should be at least sitting there. And I'm not sure what... Yeah, we've got Lei. Yeah, everyone's mad at this point. They got another cap of town. Like, each one of those caps is so brutal because it just generates a lot of TA. It gives them lead. Yeah, and because the Jeeps are dead, he's bringing in another set of Jeeps. This is another theme. Just useless air-to-airs. We're going to be counting that. But I'm going to go in on the Jeeps and just kill them again. I see an opportunity. There's no AA on the field. I'm going to try to kill this last Jeep. Do I get it? And boom. So I absorb like 28 TA worth of badness doing that, and we get the cap. And I score a moral victory and killing more sets of Jeeps. And this is another thing. Like, their team is now very angry. I've tilted General Lenin probably by killing his Jeeps 3 times in a row, and they're kicking Donald Duck for some reason, even though he was the one who like got revenge on me for doing that shit. So their team is being mentally dominated. And getting angry and like infighting. And in the meantime, look at this nice casual killing the med arty. Such a service to the inf player to kill that med arty. Love to see it. And he survives too. What flares out of it. Good stuff. And now we're taking the lead. Like, somehow they get the desperate decap. Where's the armor clown car? It's in the wrong position. Like, it shouldn't be over here. You have no vision. Like, an air player can easily sweep in, flank you, and wipe you out. And the support can't do much. And yeah, he's just charging, overextending. Oh, look at that. Here comes the air. Dead. Instead, he misses out on the cap. You know, classic. But we do get the cap. And in response to, like, us taking town and being in a strong position in town, they're going to nuke us, which is the correct move. And really, it's the only move on this map. Really, if you're losing in town, you got to nuke the town. It's such a nukeable area, although look at that. Clutch hiding in the river. Whenever you hear the ink and you know you're in like the danger zone, just run for low grounds or on like reverse sides of cliffs and hills and just duck for cover. And you can sometimes live and do, awesome shit like that. Really impressive. Once again, I'm going to run into the back. There's really nothing... I mean, I could kill these overextended tanks, but, that would be too good of a team play move. Both of our air is just off doing just the dumbest shit. And look at this. Teflon has gone mediums. You can really tell that we're getting to them now. That their air player has to switch off and go mediums. And I'm gonna cluster their jeeps yet again. Just very satisfying. Oh, love it. Yeah, and like these overextended tanks, we could kill them, but we're not gonna kill them. Yeah, the air is in disarray in this current moment, and yet another air-to-air. Can it kill anything? Can it protect the newbie clown car? No, he's just gonna run across the bridge again. And there's mistakes for multiple reasons. Like, first of all, medium tanks are dog shit. I don't care what you say. He lucks out there, I guess. Having multiple medium tanks in a blob when there's like no infantry present anywhere where you're gonna be fighting. Like, do you see any infantry in this area? I don't see any infantry here. Just dog shit. Don't get him. Unless you're J-Man, don't get fucking medium tanks. And we're trolling Twinks for his cringe medium anti-air choice. Very cringe. It was really just a really sweaty move to get mediums. I know it's on this map you kind of need mediums, especially when you have two decent air players ripping you apart, and they kind of have like only one support that knows what they're doing fighting in the town. Like, Soviet Union comes in, who's a noob support. Donald Duck is just YOLOing up here the whole game. So it was really General Lennon all alone trying to provide anti-air in the town. So I get... And, like, putting two good air players together is trouble. Still, I just don't like mediums in pubs. Like, fuck's sake. And you can tell the morale on the other team is just really bad now. Like, they're kicking Blitz, who ironically is doing, like, the most work on their team in terms of air. Look at him, he's killing tanks. Like, he has a higher score than Teflon right now. Yet they're trying to kick him. Like, I don't like these vote kicks, guys. Especially the reflexive, like, knee-jerk. Like, this guy did something dumb in a pub, so we're gonna kick him. Like, half the players here are absolute noobs. So you can't really fault them for doing newbie things. Like, yeah, you shouldn't use that to, like, police the quality of play. Like, you should really only vote kick people if they're, like, deliberately throwing the game... like on purpose, and even then I don't know about it. Or if there's a full server and they're speccing, then you should kick them. But other than that, there's no reason to kick people. In the meantime, we're clinging to our lead just by decapping. And look at this, he decaps and he rolls off the point. The fucking dumbest move. Unbelievable. Just leave one tank there, man. Just one tank. And then he rolls back and decaps it again. Unbelievable. I'm pissed at that. Like, that grinds my gears. You should have stayed. You just leave one tank. If you're going to decap, that's one thing. But you got to defend the decap. It's on you. It's your responsibility. You know, you break it, you bought it. And yeah, we have no armor because both these guys are just kind of fucking clueless. Overextending tanks. Blobbing tanks. Doing dumb shit like this. Get light tanks, man. Like, a light tank should be the thing that's running out to cap, not the heavy tank. The heavy tank should be, like, staying really close to the CP or, like, on it. Like, look, there's nobody here to cap this. Maybe one medium tank should go and cap it. You know, I don't know. It's going back here. But, yeah. Maybe this guy should be going back there. Out of position, out of luck. We missed a cap. Really infuriating when that happens. And here comes another nuke. And you hear it in this recording. I hope you heard it in this recording. I didn't hear it in this case. I was listening to music, I think. Nobody called the ink, and I fly right into it. Oof. That really, you know, and I'm complaining, no ink. Apparently, good player heard it. But I think he heard it. But no, nobody said ink. I died. Not very nice. And in the meantime, they hold the flank. They're going to take the town again. And it's not looking good for us. Our team is in shambles. We're down a player. And just look at the scores. Like, it's pretty bad when the air player is outscoring all the armor and the other support player. You know, we just had a lot of trouble gelling as a team, I think. And yeah, now they're clicking Clark. Like, Clark did a good nuke. You know, if you try to click Clark every time he does something that you don't like or something stupid, like, you're basically kicking him every game. It's not appropriate in a pub. So yeah, I don't like these vote kicks. You know, you can verbally abuse players. I fully support verbal abuse. You can call them retards, whatever, slurs, but you shouldn't kick people. I think it's an abuse of the kick thing. And see what they're doing now. They're going for the kill. Like, they have the flanks, they have the town. They're gonna go for this last flank, and we're just desperately trying to kill them and prevent the cap. And we do, but they still have a tick on us. Just for holding the flanks in the town. Another wasted air-to-air. It's so close. It could have wiped out Blitz, but he flared. So many air-to-airs went down this game that missed. Like, but the medium air actually worked. Like, saves the day. So kudos to good player for taking the. Like, I wouldn't have gone med air if even if they went med air. I just fucking hate med air so much. I wouldn't even play it in a match mode if we had to. And yeah, PV8 man is trying to pool for the nuke, and as much as I hate it, I think that was the correct move. This map is really weird in that, like, you really don't have a lot of options other than nuking. So I'm going to give him my last 4 TA against my better judgment, and he's going to drop the nuke. And kind of, yeah, I mean, that's the right position, I guess. It's gonna wipe him pretty hard, and it's just in this map, it's just really all about getting that tick. And look at this. This is smart. They're gonna run for the craters. It's a little too late. This guy survived somehow. And yeah, now my job is to run. Kind of out of position, but I have to run and try to prevent them from capping. Because look how close it is. If they cap this town, it's over for us. And like, they blow the bridges. Both bridges are blown. Really greasy, but you know, you got to do it. Teflon is just wiping me. And look at this. I think I drop a tank buster on it, but newbies had these like drops in the back the entire game, which have been really helpful. And I see that now is the time. Like, I assume that they're going to cap town, although it's looking pretty close. And I'm asking him quite a lot until I'm muted for spamming. to decap, and I guess he's waiting for his guy to go. He's like greedy. He wants to get the actual cap, not just decapping. But all we need is a decap at this point, and this point is always neglected on this map. I think it's almost like you need to do it to win as USA. You got to decap this at the right clutch moment, the clutch decaps, and we just get a savage tick on them, and it's GG. You know, no hope. They're gonna try to cluster this. They get unlucky with that shit. And yeah, somehow the stupid team wins. Like, just look at these. Like, all the armor and support players scored like crap. Their team had a lot more, good players. Sturball somehow managed to score the highest, even though he wasted like so much TA on dubious air-to-airs. That's just kind of his style, though. And I managed to kill a lot of Jeeps and make a lot of rage, which just warms my heart. So yeah, that's a win on USA on Xmas. Like, it can be done even with a weaker team. Don't just give up hope when you end up on USA. I somehow always end up on USA. But yeah, and best TA, best Jeep killing, NA. Good times. So yeah, that's a pub. I got some match modes that I want to do next, but I just had to do this pub. It's a lot of fun, and we're getting a lot of full pubs these days, so come and show up and join us in the stupidity. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Later.